Welcome to this beautiful Saturday evening here in India, and good to see everyone. I hope you're enjoying this ride. I know a lot of clearing is taking place. The energies will continue to swirl. A lot is going on in the interplanetary dimension. Very, very strong energies are coming. And as we have spoken many times in the past, that these energies are clearly showing themselves very, very intensely, strongly, forcefully in the two dimensions of light and dark. As the darkness or the dark light is growing, the light is also beginning to grow. Remember that at all times, the balance or the equilibrium is maintained. As the darkness comes out of the shadows, because more and more light is beginning to fall in these dark crevices and corners, the light is beginning to shine in all those small corners where light had not reached. And my dears, that as each one of you starts to experience this light in your own selves, be assured that darkness has no place to hide. It will be found. It will be called for what it is. No garb of respectability, no garb of holiness will be able to hide this darkness. And this is the time of great understanding. This is the time of the cosmic light. This is the time of the cosmic Shiva to come in. This is the time when the great Redeemer, who rides on the back of a horse, bringing in light, bringing in peace, bringing in love. There is a force behind the light now, like never before, because to remove this darkness, it requires force. It requires an intensity like never before, and it is surely coming, but it's coming from the fire. It's coming from a world that is beginning to burn, and from that it will emerge as it always has. These are very powerful, very prophetic times which have been foretold in the past, and therefore the world is being carved up very clearly into the two, the world of the dark and the world of the light. Be very, very careful, be very vigilant to what you are falling for and into. Watch your step, be aware, be alert. Darkness lurks at every corner, and if you do not choose the path of darkness, you cannot get involved in it. And the path of darkness is the path of the mind. When our mind overwhelms us, and when the mind overpowers us, when the mind stops seeing logic and reason, and when we do not let go of our mind, and we remain in the experiences of our past, and we remain in the experiences of the shadow of what we are carrying, and we refuse to hold it, we refuse to let it go, and we keep on holding on to it, then it creates for us a spiral of doom, it pulls us down, and it creates a very challenging world around us, and we get caught in the delusionary world of appearances and apparitions. Because that path is also very magical. But if we are aware, if we are alert, if we are pursuing the path of light, then we will experience great heights of ascension. But remember, no ascension will ever be complete. We'll never be able to reach the realms of enlightenment if the mind travels with us, if we have not overwhelmed or overcome the mind. And when the mind has not been cleared from all the baggages of the past, remember, if we continue to react, if we continue to have very strong likes and dislikes, aversions, and if we feel shattered, and if we feel that there are still strong reactions get invoked in us, then we have work to do. We have to eliminate the source of this. Remember, there is no time left for pointing fingers on others. There is no time to put the blame on anybody else. We squarely should own up to our weaknesses and to our inadequacies, to our lack of strength, to our inability to deal with our own situations. We need to call it out, and we need to face what we have avoided in our lives, what we have kept buried in the vaults of our subconscious mind and in our conscious mind. Stop hiding behind it. Stop trying to put the blame on others, and face this devil squarely. Accept that it exists, call it out, put light on it, deal with it once and for all, and overcome and win this game of light and dark. The battle of light and dark has always been there. And each one of us has this darkness inside of us, and also the source of perennial light is also inside us. So there is nothing happening from outside. There is no one who's triggering anything. Everybody comes in our life only as a mirror, as a reminder of what is happening inside us. The minute we abandon this idea that anybody can cause anything to us and take the responsibility of our own lives and deal with what we need to deal with, then we can convert every trauma into a source of great strength, of great power, and out emerges this beautiful love. Because love is our truth. Love is what has been hidden behind these mounds of darkness, and we have not let this love flow. I remember that a few satsangs back, I'd shared with you this beautiful short clip from the movie Doctor Strange. Strangely enough, it's called Doctor Strange. But that short clip has a lifetime of understanding contained in it, where the guide, the guru, the teacher reveals the greatest of all the secrets. And that secret is that this life is not about us. And this life is about others. And that we can understand only when we surrender ourselves to this one consciousness, and when we are able to move away from all that separates us from the others. When we let go of our island that we have created of individual consciousness, where we have surrounded ourselves with only the idea of our own existence. When we let go of that idea, and when we come together, when we cross over from this bridge of love, because the only bridge that can unite this whole world, or which can unite the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness, is the bridge of love. And we must cross over, keeping our differences aside, keeping our individuality aside, keeping our likes and dislikes, our comforts and our securities aside. We must not hold any fear, because if we hold fear, we will attract the darkness. It's our fear that brings darkness. But when we are in the light, when we are holding the space of love inside of us, no fear, no trembling can happen, no shivers can run down our spine, because no darkness can ever touch light. Light is the only thing in which the darkness just melts away. It cannot exist. The very basis of darkness is challenged by light. So if you hold the light of love in your heart, if you live in this light of love, transcending the mind, then you ascend. Then you truly come together as one. That is the love that is needed today. Because we can use this energy that we are getting for ourselves and for our own nourishment, and live a very contented life. But then this light itself will stagnate, because when you get light, you cannot hold it. See, darkness works on the principle of stagnation. Light operates on the principle of flow. So if you keep the light in you and you do not share it with others, then soon that light becomes dark, because that is the principle of dark. And when we hold things for our own selves and we live for our own selves, then that is the principle of selfishness. And that love that we have at that point of time is a love for a very restrictive field, for a restrictive set of beings around us. But when we step out and we realize that there is nothing separates my own self from all the beings in all the dimensions, and all that separates us is the darkness that we hold in our mind. And when we let go of that in the Trikuti, we burn it and we surrender it to the love, then we flow in the perennial light of selflessness, of this pure love. And we are being asked, we are being called at this point of time to surrender this mind, to let it go. We are holding on to it because of the insecurities that the mind has created, the fear psychosis that we have. No one else is doing it to you. You are inflicting yourself with this. And only you and you alone can decide to let it go. No power in this world can help you if you do not decide to let go of it. You can create more walls and more barriers and more challenges if you keep attributing it to others. You will create more traumas in your life if you keep putting and blaming it on others and pinning it on others. Because now you've got a cause outside of you. Remember, every teaching of mine, every learning of mine has been everything lies inside of you. You are the cause of what is happening to you. You yourself have the power to solve it. You have to take responsibility for it. Otherwise, there are many more lifetimes waiting for you to figure this out. And what is the use of this knowledge? What is the use of Atma Chalisa? What is the use of being a knowledgeable person if you're not going to implement anything that you have learned? If you do not have the courage to walk the talk, if you cannot live the life of Trikaran Shuddhi, of aligning your thoughts, words, and action, you cannot choose that when it is convenient to you, you will pick up what you like and you will discard everything else that has happened. You cannot hop up around, those moments when you were pushed into facing the truth. Stop hiding. Stop being a coward. Come out of your dark corners. Accept. Be a man, be a woman, and be a human being. Be the divine being that you are. And stop hiding in your shadows. And accept life for what it is. We have to fight it. Bhagavad Gita starts with this. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. That this whole life is a battle. And this life is a battle of righteousness. This is the battle of truth. This is a battle of darkness and light. And this darkness and light doesn't come from outside. It is all inside each one of us. You want to come a few more lifetimes? And please put it on somebody else and put it onto your experiences. And live like this. Any moment, anything, comes and you go into your fear psychosis and you start shivering and you start panicking. We are always will be in a fight or flight mode if we do not accept it. And every time a tough situation will come, we'll take a flight, we'll run away, we'll escape. We came empty-handed in this world, we will go empty-handed. All that you think belongs to you will be taken away from you in a trice. Times that are coming this year and beyond are very tough times. Things are going to happen. Things will spiral out of control for those who are still in the mind. For those who are operating out of this love will experience the greatest heights of oneness. They will experience love like never before. Because remember, there is going to be a balance. As it spins out of control, this material world, the inner world will start to play an important role. We either will collect ourselves and spread this light to everybody who is in need and help others who are struggling, or we'll get sucked and taken in by the force of what's coming. Be prepared that the world is going through a huge transition. All the darkness has to be cleared, for which the darkness has to be first brought out. It will come out. We will see the ugly side of the darkness. Cannot close our eyes, cannot refuse that it doesn't exist. But remember, it's a play. Nothing is real. Do not take your life so seriously. If you see it from the aspect of light, you'll be able to glide through it. And many of you have had great experiences in the past few weeks where you have all experienced this darkness firsthand, and you have also come across and come on the other side where you are lucky that you are alive and you are enjoying what this beautiful life on this amazing planet is offering to us. It's a great opportunity for redemption for all of us. It's a great opportunity to finally understand that everything is oneness, that the knower, the known, and the subject of knowledge is all one. That Gyan, the Gyani, and the Bhakta and Bhakti are all one. The love, the lover, and the loved one, or all are one. All sides, if you see, there is only oneness. There never was a separation. All separations are in our mind, in our perception, in our ideas, in our strong convictions. And as we let go of these strong convictions, as we let go of all that we have thought to be right and wrong, then everything starts to melt into this oneness. We know it all. It's time to now practice that, to live it. And mind, as we have said so often, actually doesn't exist, but is the source of such a great delusion, such a Maya. It is all self-inflicted misery and pain. All the so-called problems of our life are all imagined. Nothing exists. And only when you become still, only when you stop reacting, only when you stop calling things names, is when you realize that actually nothing ever existed. Every time you get excited, you say something. Every time you get depressed, you say something. Every time, something happens, you say something. And you keep justifying it that, oh, I have the right to do this. But if you become silent and still, you will realize that nothing ever was real. Because what you say and what you do today, tomorrow you contradict yourself, and the day after you say something else. It's so impermanent, it is so trivial, and you get serious about it. One day you profess your love for someone, and one day you're so excited about something, and the next day you start hating it, and the next day you start to run away from it. Just imagine how strong still are our aversions and our likings, that we haven't even crossed the basic chapters of our life. Just imagine we are still stuck at the basic starting point. So, watch everything, step back, look at everything as a play of consciousness. Remain in your light. Call for light if you feel that there is dark moments coming to you. Call for help from your master, from your guru, from whoever you have faith in. Remember that the grace of the guru or the grace of the master always surrounds us. But that's one side of a contract. It's a one-sided handshake. But there have to be two hands to shake. The other side of the handshake, or the other hand which has to clasp the hand of the guru, is what is called as faith. Because the grace will not work if we do not have faith. And if we surrender with complete faith, then of course the connection is complete and we receive what we are seeking. That is how it operates. Till we grow strong enough, we become so strong in our oneness, in our merger with the universal consciousness, the consciousness that is within us, that we are directly in touch and in connection with that one source at all times. And so from faith, we transcend into knowingness, and then from knowingness, we go into beingness. But faith is such an essential part of this journey. Till the child grows strong enough and becomes a mature adult who's able to handle all the challenges of life. Till then, the Guru holds the hand, and we need to have faith. And then know that the Guru is always there with us, that the teacher is always there in the formless with us. And then we grow stronger, and then we operate in the beingness where we know that I and my master, I and my Guru, I and my teacher are not two entities, but only one. That's how we transcend. That's how we move from darkness to light. We always need the torchbearer who removes the darkness of our ignorance, who helps us to overcome our fears, our insecurities. Yeah, because once we are in the light, every child lets go of the hand of the mother and runs away. But the minute it is dark, we clutch onto the hands of the mother because we are scared. That's the nature of us human beings. That's how we operate. So let's enjoy this. Let's understand this. Let's just keep practicing. Let's be aware and know that nothing is for real. Everything is a imaginary battle that we are fighting. And we can see its myth, we can see its delusion only when we are steadfast in the understanding of the self, in the experience of the self, in the experience of this love. Okay, and together in these times, the importance of these sessions, these satsangs that coming together is much more, because it helps to support each one of us. It gives us the strength, the courage to know that I am on the right direction, I am on the right path, and that I am not alone, and that I am in safe hands. So thank you for this satsanga. Thank you for the presence. Thanks for being together. I love you all. And together we'll see some beautiful times together. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.